From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Outgoing United States President Joe Biden praised Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. for his firm diplomatic response to China's ongoing aggression in the South China Sea or SCS, signaling stronger regional ties between the U.S., the Philippines, and Japan. In a virtual trilateral meeting Monday, the three nations reaffirmed their commitment to enhancing cooperation with a focus on maritime security, economic resilience, and technology. Biden, who held talks with President Marcos and Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru, hailed the progress of the trilateral partnership since the April 2024 summit in Washington. President Marcos is also confident that the three countries will continue to deepen their partnership. Biden also praised the Philippine president for his diplomatic leadership in the face of China's aggressive and coercive activities in the SCS, and is optimistic that his successor will also see the value of continuing this partnership and that it is framed the right way. Meanwhile, Ishiba stressed the importance of furthering the trilateral cooperation in a variety of fields, highlighting the strategic importance of unity among the three nations.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday ordered the Department of Agriculture or DA to ensure the swift delivery of all forms of support to farmers to avoid any delays this planting season. During a meeting with economic managers in Malacañang, the President told DA officials that there should be no significant delays to the implementation of agri-support to farmers. The Chief Executive also instructed the Department of Budget and Management or DBM to prioritize the agriculture sector, ensuring timely budgetary support. In its briefing, the DA emphasized that with proper assistance in fertilizers, quality seeds, and technologies, farmers can boost yields and enhance productivity. The department stressed that the timely distribution of seeds and fertilizers is crucial to prevent delays and maximize harvest potential.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other news, Philippine Senator Joel Villanueva on Monday expressed his full support to the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s commitment to alternative work setups as part of its Philippine Development Plan or PDP 2023 to 2028 to foster an efficient labor market. In a news release, Villanueva urged the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE to explore work arrangements that promote work-life balance, helping employees save time and money while enhancing productivity. Villanueva, author of Republic Act or RA number 11165 or the Telecommuting Act, has earlier called for the adoption of alternative work setups to ease commuting burdens and improve productivity amid worsening traffic conditions, particularly with the projected overhaul of the Epifanio de los Santos Avenue or EDSA this year. The senator said remote work arrangements as provided under the Telecommuting Act can address the growing strain on workers caused by traffic congestion, which costs the Philippine economy an estimated 3.5 billion pesos daily, according to a 2018 Japan International Cooperation Agency or JICA study. The figure is expected to rise to 5.4 billion pesos per day by 2035 without intervention. Known as the Work from Home Law, the Telecommuting Act establishes a framework for remote work arrangements and mandates the DOLE to identify sectors that can adopt this model. Villanueva underscored the law's potential to open opportunities for individuals unable to work in traditional office setups, such as stay-at-home parents or workers in provinces. The senator reaffirmed his belief that alternative work setup is a win-win solution, providing relief to workers while driving economic efficiency.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, on Monday expressed dismay over the number of gun ban violators recorded amid the start of the election period for the May 12th polls. In a press briefing, COMELEC chairperson George Garcia reported that 80 violators have been recorded since the start of the election period and the implementation of the gun ban on January 12th. The COMELEC Gun Ban and Security Concerns Committee said a total of 1,131 individuals have been issued certificates of exemption to the election gun ban. The COMELEC said applications for exemptions may still be filed before the poll body. The election period will run until June 11, 2025. According to Garcia, those that will be caught carrying firearms without exemptions from the COMELEC may face two cases. Under the law, bearing, carrying, or transporting firearms or other deadly weapons is prohibited during the election period unless authorized in writing by the COMELEC. Garcia also appealed to the public for their continued patience regarding the implementation of checkpoints nationwide. There are a total of 1,411 checkpoint areas in the country for the May national and local elections. Meanwhile, despite his withdrawal from the senatorial race in the May 2025 elections, the name of former Ilocos Norte Governor Luis Chavit Singson will remain on the official ballot. According to COMELEC Chair Garcia, votes that Singson will receive will be considered stray. Singson, who cited health reasons for his withdrawal, has yet to submit his official notice to the COMELEC main office in Intramuros, Manila. Also a former Deputy National Security Advisor, Singson is among the 66 official senatorial candidates in the May 12th national and local elections. The COMELEC started on January 6 the printing of some 73 million ballots for the midterm polls and parliamentary polls in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or BARM.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, the National Maritime Council, or NMC, on Monday said the Philippines strongly opposes the continued illegal presence and activities of Chinese maritime and militia forces in the country's territorial sea and exclusive economic zone, or EEZ. The NMC emphasized that illegal activities by the Chinese are clear violations of Republic Act, or RA 12064, or the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, and international law, particularly the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, and the 2016 arbitral ruling that affirmed the Philippines' sovereign rights in its maritime zones, especially in the West Philippine Sea, or WPS. In a statement, the NMC said, "The vessels and air assets of the Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, were immediately deployed when the illegal presence and operations of China Coast Guard, or CCG vessels, CCG 5901 and CCG 3304 were respectively detected on the 5th and the 10th of January this year in and around the waters of Bajo de Masinloc and about 70 to 90 nautical miles from the coastlines of the province of Zambales." Showing the Philippines' resolve to protect its territories, the PCG continuously conducted radio challenges against the Chinese ships and demanded that they leave the country's territory immediately. However, instead of complying with the PCG's demand, the Chinese government deployed a People's Liberation Army Navy helicopter that hovered over the Filipino vessel. The council also said China does not have any jurisdiction or pretense to conduct maritime patrols in these waters. The NMC urged China to observe Philippine laws and comply with its obligations under international law and direct its vessels to desist from conducting illegal actions that violate the Philippines' sovereign rights in its EEZ.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW, on Monday sternly warned overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, to be wary of illegal recruitment schemes operating under the guise of third country recruitment, particularly on social media platforms. The agency made the remark after a group of Filipinos were arrested in Abuja and Lagos in Nigeria on allegations of cybercrime, economic sabotage, and violations of the country's immigration laws. The DMW said the Philippine Embassy in Abuja reported possible human trafficking incidents involving Filipinos to Nigeria and other countries in West Africa. In a news release, the DMW said these Filipinos were recruited to travel to Nigeria from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, using tourist visas and were led to believe that their permits would be processed upon their arrival in Nigeria. The DMW said the Nigerian government strictly requires that all foreign workers, including Filipinos, obtain a subject to regularization or STR visa from the Nigerian Embassy in the Philippines before entering the country for employment. It is illegal for Filipino workers to enter Nigeria on tourist visas with the intention of securing employment after arrival. Meanwhile, overseas employment documents may be secured through DMW-accredited recruitment agencies to ensure workers' benefits, including protection from labor malpractice and assistance in case of emergency. The third country recruitment scheme targets OFWs already deployed in their destination countries and recruits them to work in another country, promising higher paying jobs. The DMW said OFWs and would-be OFWs should always be more cautious, especially against dubious overseas job offers on social media platforms. They are also encouraged to immediately report any suspicious recruitment activities to the respective Migrant Workers Office, or MWO, and Philippine Embassy that has jurisdiction over their job site. The DMW said recruitment through a third country is considered illegal if neither the recruiter nor the employer has proper authorization from the Philippine government.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, Philippine Migrant Workers Secretary Leo Magpayo on Tuesday said the actual remains of overseas Filipino worker or OFW Jenny Alvarado will probably arrive in the country on Thursday, January 16th. In an interview over Radio Pilipinas World Service, Secretary Magpayo said the body of a Nepali was mistakenly sent to the Philippines. Magpayo added that he personally visited the family of Alvarado and asked for their forgiveness. In an initial report from the Philippine Embassy in Kuwait, Alvarado died along with 2 Nepali workers due to suffocation. The family of Alvarado, however, thinks there is foul play due to the marks found on the OFW's body.
Ang nangyari dito ay nung matapos sawi sa Kuwait ang ating kababayan na si Jenny Alvarado nung Pecha 2 ay sinikap natin na maisaayos ang kanyang pagpapauwi.
Opo.
Pero sa kinasamaang palad ay nagkaroon ng pagkakamali, mistake sa identification ng labi kasi kasama niya dun sa alleged smoke inhalation dun sa kwarto ng bahay bakasyonan ng kanyang employer ay 2 Nepali.
Opo.
At yung isa dun sa Nepali ang naiuwi dito. Nagkaroon ng pagkakamali and I asked our lawyer on the ground to look deeper into this matter.
Opo.
Kung merong pagkakamali at danyos na pwedeng habulin dito sa sitwasyon na ito. But anyway, ang sinasagawa ngayon ay mapauwi si Jenny. At ang pamilya dinalaw ko nung linggo,
Opo.
nitong nakaraang weekend at ako'y nagpaabot ng personal kong pagpapatawad. I apologize to the family for the mistake and the experience that they had to go through, no, na
Opo.
pagtingin nila ay hindi yun yung kanilang labi ng kanilang ina. At yung pangangailangan na maiuwi kaagad si Jenny at ang latest ay sa Huwebes makakauwi si Jenny mula sa Kuwait at baka parehong araw din na yun ay makakarating siya sa Pilipinas and sa lalong madaling panahon. And also, of course, ang gusto ko rin malaman pati ng pamilya yung kalinawan kung ano talaga nangyari nung 2 ng Enero.
Opo.
Meron pa mga hindi malinaw katulad ng ano ba talaga nangyari at bakit gano'n ang kinaratnan. So we are awaiting the police report at saka pina-autopsiya natin si Jenny doon. So we are awaiting the police report as well as the autopsy report from the Kuwaiti side.
Opo.
And kung hindi tayo kontento, pag-uwi ni Jenny ay tayo mismo na magpapakondak ng autopsya dito through the NBI.
That was Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Leo Magpayo.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radio Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service is heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 9.475 MHz, 15.640 MHz, and 17.820 MHz. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Radio Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our post as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radio Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.